Hello and welcome to Operation Crypto. Today we will take a look at the project Sentivate, which is ticker SNTVT. Right, so let's get cracking, and we will start off on the Sentivate website, and it will be able to give a good in-depth analysis of exactly what's going on, and then we will jump into the roadmap, then have a look at some key statistics, and then have a look at a little bit of chart analysis towards the end. We are not on TradingView, so it will be quite hard to do some in-depth technical analysis, but we can see where we've been on the trading charts on the exchanges and see what's been going on and what's been going on in the last few days, because it has had quite a significant rise. I mean, I did a video on Sentivate probably about 2 or 3 months ago, just an overview of the project, and since then we've made quite some big progress. So it is the future of the web. Sentivate is a hybrid web built to be viable and realistic replacement for a modern web. It means it's going to be faster, safer and more scalable than any solely centralized or decentralized web. One point we're trying to get hold of here is that the Sentivate web is based on centralized and decentralized points. We have got projects out there that are just trying to do it solely decentralized, and it doesn't really work in that way. So they need to have aspects of both centralized and decentralized for this project to fully be functional. So we scroll down, we have 3 main points. So we have the vision, the power and the viability, and we will just run through each of those. So starting with the vision, we must utilise both sides of the same coin while revolutionising core technologies. A solely centralised or decentralised web can't solve this issue alone. That's what I said above. A revolutionary replacement for today's web is a system that is centralised focused, that's enhanced by decentralised components. Both sides of the coin working together to fully maximise the internet's potential. And that's basically what I said there. You can't have it solely decentralised, and that's what people are trying to do nowadays. It's just not working. So the power, Sentivate breaks through the scalability, censorship and availability constraints of centralized networks. Sentivate's web is centralized focused but enhanced with decentralized systems. Viet, which we'll go into soon, we are currently SNTVT ticker, but eventually we will have a mainnet and we'll have our own blockchain, which will be VAIT. So Viet is a decentralized focused and enhanced by centralized opt-in features. We are all about using the right tool for the right job. And then finally we have the viability. So we must be realistic if we are to replace the web. I mean, the web has been around for a long time, and it's what I'm using now, what everybody's using, and to replace that is going to take something big. But Sentivate is onto that. So it does say the web's centralized aspects hold many positive attributes. However, integrating decentralized technologies, replacing existing components and introducing new revolutionary systems are crucial steps to be establishing a universal web. Sentivate is designed to be superior in every way over the current web, and that is what we want. We want things to be made better than what they currently already are. Moving over to the roadmap, so it is a working roadmap, and we can see we've got 2020 and 2019. If you look into 2019, all the goals have been complete. I will leave a link directly for the roadmap on the description, so you can read through all what's gone in the past. But I'm really mainly concerned with what's been happening currently, what's been happening in the future. So January, February, March, April, May, June, all complete. Now we're up to August, and we will start from here. So this month we have a rebrand rollout. So the Universal Web rebrand begins and transition to new systems. Marketing initiatives to raise brand awareness. New browser and GitHub page under Universal Web, including branding. An organisational restructuring and smart contract audit completion. So that is on with now, and you can see we are 68% complete. Rolling into September, we have closed beta. So closed beta testing for upcoming Universal Web launch. We have continued marketing initiatives and expansion of partnerships and advisor efforts, and an exchange listing. I will show you on Twitter soon. We have had quite a few mentions, especially from the lead dev of Sentivate, that Qcoin is a possibility. They have been talking to them, so I mean, if we can get on Qcoin, that will be absolutely massive for a project, and massive for investors, because a lot of people only stick to certain exchanges, and if you get into Qcoin, it is a widely used exchange, and the Sentivate token will be more readily available for people to purchase. Rolling into October, further exchanges, so internal discussion regarding expansion exchanges, liquidity providers and partnerships. Again, it's stating we will be another exchange listing, where you can see we have certain percentages done that. I presume the 5% there is talking to exchanges and potentially putting those listings in place. Then we have November, we have open beta, so open beta testing for community and partners, leading to the UW launch, which is Universal Web. And then finally in December, this is where we're currently working towards, is the Universal Web launch. So that is not far away. We are now in August, so you could say that's September. You could say it's 4 or 5 months away from getting the product out there. So mainnet launch for Universal Web, including functionality with the Sentivate network and certain Universal Web components. Moving across, we can see the team that is running Sentivate. Here we have all 3 co-founders of the project. We have Thomas, Matt and Lou. He was a Navy SEAL. We have a finance major, and then we have Tom, he's the main developer who's working on a project. Advisors, we've had quite a few new advisors added to the project recently. If you've been looking at Sentivate on Twitter, you can see quite a few people knocking about. So the latest one to add is a crypto dog. He's got a massive following, about 200,000 people. And we have Scott Melker and we have Stacking. You can see all these people are pretty well known on Twitter. Tokenomics. So let's take a look over the current token, which is the Sntvt token, and this is what you currently buying now. If you want to gain early access, this is what you buy. So it is an ERC20 utility token on the Ethereum network. Sentivate's tokens are used to gain access to the early stages of a Sentivate network, development process and voting. And here we can see the actual stats of it. So the token details are Sntvt. We can see the contract address. You can see that on Etherscan as it is in ERC20. We have a total supply of 4.2 billion tokens. Towards the beginning of the project, we did do an airdrop of 1 billion, and the ecosystem is 2.1 billion. The team are allocated 840 million, and it just say here, which is worth noting, that the team's tokens allocation will never be put in circulation until the fiat swap occurs, and that will be sorted out once the Universal Web has been launched. As you can see there, the advisors are allocated 210 million tokens. Once we swap to fiat, which we'll run over in a second, for every 1,000 Sntvt you hold, you will gain 1 fiat. So that means the supply is decreasing by that amount. So fiat, so cryptocurrency of the Sentivate network, that's what it is. It's a native cryptocurrency. Shortly after Sentivate's web launches, development on fiat will begin. When fiat is enabled on the network, token holders will be able to swap 1,000 Sntvt for 1 fiat. And here we can see on the right, this is what the stats will be. So the coin symbol will be VIAT, with total supply of 42 million tokens. It will be a proof of work, which is a dynamic proof of work network. It is a hybrid blockchain. And then, as you can see, the swap, that is what you will do. That will become more apparent in the probably the month or two before the actual swap. And it might be done on an exchange, or they might come out with their own plan, but we will wait to see what happens with that closer to the time that the UW has been launched. If we just jump across to CoinMarketCap, we'll be able to run over some more in-depth stats about mainly to do with price action, see what's been going on recently. So Sentivate is currently priced at 0.007694 US dollars. We are up 25% on today's trading, as you can see on the chart down here. We've been making quite a significant move over the last week. We've been doing well in price, so let's see if that can continue. So here we can see all the general stats. What I'm interested in really is market cap, which is $20 million. It was not long ago since it was sub $10 million, so you can see money has started to roll in towards this project. A few main things I'm interested in: the all-time high, which I believe was yesterday. Yes, that was yesterday at around 0.0092. And market pairs, before we jump across to have a look at some exchanges and tweets about what's been going on potentially. So, as you can see, we're listed on Stex, Hotbit, Uniswap and IDEX. Uniswap is a very easy exchange to use. As long as there is liquidity on there, it should be a pretty much straightforward swap. You can see 40% of the volume is getting done on there, so it's a fair amount. And then Stex, we are trading against Ethereum on there, and that's getting 23% of the volume. But their prices are very similar across all the exchanges, so you don't need to worry about getting fucked over on a different exchange. But as I say, Qcoin might potentially come in, and we will have a look into Twitter now and have a look at some potential news from Tom, who's the lead dev, and we'll be seeing what he's been saying in regards to Qcoin. Over on Twitter, we can see Thomas here. He did put a tweet out the 1st of July. This is probably where all the Qcoin news came from, but he did say that he had a great call with the team. And then it does go into, I must say, the Qcoin listing team, which is a big hint, was extremely professional, and I personally had a great experience thus far with them. They've been flexible, accommodating, and well informed. I mean, it doesn't say the going to list, but it does give you a pretty good idea that the teams are in negotiations with them. I mean, they did say in September we have an exchange listing. That could come sooner, but it just all depends. They might hold it back. I mean, what are we now? We're on the 18th of August. So, I mean, we're not that far off September, so 2-3 weeks and we could be listed on there. And that's where we will start to see the volume pick up, because a lot of traders only stick to certain exchanges, like I said. And a lot of people do use Qcoin. I use Qcoin personally. It's a great exchange. And you'll be able to get some good pairs on there. You can get pair against the USDT, which a lot of people trade against. You can get trading against Bitcoin, Ethereum, whichever you really want. And I think that will be a great step forward, as long as it does happen and it's not smoke and mirrors. But I can't see it. This project has been doing very well recently. And what we'll do is just jump over across to the search, and we'll search Sentivate and see how many tweets we've had recently about this project. Just a quick search on Sentivate in the search button on Twitter, and you can see, look, amount of tweets and shilling this project is getting. We do have quite a lot of people buying into this project, and that's due to some, like I said, major Twitter accounts buying into this project and helping them as advisors. And this is a project which everybody's starting to get excited about. I'm very excited about it. I did buy some probably last year, around this time last year, and I've not really topped up, but I should have done. But I've got a nice holding now, and I'm willing to just sit that out now and wait to see what happens in the future. Like I say, we are still very, very lowly priced, but as you can see, the amount of tweets stacking. He's one of the advisors. He's put quite a lot of tweets out recently. There's me. Follow me if you want. Probably not. I just talk a load of shite like I do on here. I can see you people. There's a lot of very helpful people in the community. People telling you how to buy it. There's a lot of people. This dude here, Machine and Motion.io, he talks a lot about Sntvt. As you can see there, you get the point. It is a very widely used and known about coin. So things for the future looking very exciting. But just to finish up with, I'll just have a look at some charts and see where we can potentially go in the future. Can't really do much technical analysis on this, as the charts on Hotbit are absolutely dog shit, and for some reason none of the stats are coming up. But we'll just have a look in a quick percentage system, see what we have had over the past, what could you say, the past week, if we just change that to the price. And we'll take this last week from the bottom all the way up to the top, and you can see what a massive rise that's been on ever since we started to make that move. And if you are holding around these levels, then wow. I mean, we are on the Ethereum chart here, and it was trading at anywhere between 300 Gwei all the way up to probably, you could say, 600-700. But then once we hit that price there, it just absolutely shot up. What month was that? What was? Yeah, it was beginning of this month, and it's been on, like I say, it's been on a great rise. Move up a little bit. There you go. So what you could say, 250% price rise would have been in if you bought prior to the hype that's happening now. It did say on the roadmap that we are now into the marketing phase and marketing initiatives, and look at that, is at all-time high. So what I would expect from here is to keep pushing until the Qcoin news comes. Then, I mean, once we break the 2000 sats area and stay above it like we are now, if we manage to stay above this level, well, we're now at 1900. If we stay above 2000 sats, I think it's pretty much clear our way up. We have got some buy orders sell orders up this area, but I think with all the hype and the Qcoin listing, we're just going to absolutely start smashing through this. And 10 cent could be the first target. I know we're still quite a way off that, but I do think that should be a great target to aim for, especially coming up towards the launch of Universal Web, and then moving to the token Fiat. I think that 10 cent will be a massive target, and if we can get there, then if you were one of them early investors, then you are in for massive gain. But yeah, I think that will wrap it up today. I can't do much technical analysis because the same we are at all-time highs, so you can't see what we've got ahead of us. The Hotbit chart is absolutely dog shit, so but yeah, that will wrap it up for today. Please make sure you do like the video, drop me some comments in below, and please make sure you do subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you next time.